Hello friends, this is Jivesh. I welcome you back to my channel Bioprofessional. Here in this video, I am going to discuss the most important topics that needs to be covered while you prepare for CSIR UGC NET Life Sciences examination. In my previous lecture, I already mentioned that it depends on you. You decide that on which topic you are good at, and after that you make one topic list and you start the preparation. Here in this video, I am going to give you the generalized topic which is needs to be covered, or the topics which are the unbiased. That means every time there are questions from these topics. So before I start this video, if you have the syllabus with you, it is great. And if you don't have the syllabus, let me show you how you can get the syllabus. So you can go to Google and type here CSIR NET Life Sciences. This is already written over there, CSIR NET Life Sciences syllabus. So you need to visit their CSIR official website, where you will see that this is the syllabus written over there. You just have to click on it. See, this is the syllabus. So you can see there are 13 units and the syllabus is really very huge. So you don't have to be afraid of it. You just have to break it down into small parts and start preparation. After some days, you will see that you completed one unit. So likewise, you have to complete this whole syllabus. Okay. So if you have it, this is great. If you don't have, just take print out of it and match it with what I'll be discussing now. So there are total 13 units in this syllabus. So in this video, I'll discuss up to this animal physiology part, and in the next lecture, I will discuss the rest part. So you can see here there are total 13 units like molecules and their interaction relevant to biology, then cellular organization, fundamental process, cell communication and cell signaling, developmental biology, plant physiology, animal physiology, inheritance biology, diversity of life forms, ecological principles, evolution and behavior, applied biology, methods in biology. So as together this is very vast syllabus. So you have to break it down into small parts and you start the preparation. So the first unit, that is the molecules and their interaction relevant to biology. So this part you need to prepare, that is the structure and function of carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, nucleic acids and vitamins. So this is the most important part, and you can get the questions directly in part B, or you can get match type questions in part C. pH and buffer, this is also important. And the most important part, I would say that this is the enzymology. So enzymes and their kinetics, enzyme regulation, mechanism of enzyme catalysis, this is the most important part. See, students make mistakes here. They think that this is hard topics, and as a result they skip this topic. But you see, there are every time questions from this part, and if you can just master this topic, you can directly get questions, and you can get full marks out of these questions, because you will get every time questions from this part. Okay. And the protein structure, I already have videos on that. You can watch this. And Ramachandran plot, domain, motif, folds, these are important topics. And the stability of proteins and nucleic acids. So here stability means there are different conditions. For example, if I take nucleic acids like DNA, RNA, right? So there are different conditions like alkaline condition, okay, alkaline condition, acidic condition. So how these nucleic acids behave on these conditions. So here we study this part. And the conformation of nucleic acids, okay, like A form, B form, Z form, we have different conformations. You have to prepare this part. And the carbohydrate metabolism, see, there are like metabolism of lipids, amino acids, nucleic acids and vitamins are there, but this part, that is the carbohydrate metabolism, is most important. So if you know the other part like lipid metabolism, you already have studied, then this is great, you can prepare it, or either you can just prepare this part, that is the carbohydrate metabolism. Now let us move on to this part, that is the cellular organization. Okay, so here you can see there are model membrane, structure of model membrane, diffusion of membrane proteins, osmosis, ion channels, active transport, then mechanism of sorting, right, and regulation of intracellular transport. So this part, it doesn't matter from which background you are, this cellular organization, the basic concept of cell biology you already have studied, and it will be not so much tough for you to prepare this part, and there will be questions from this part as well. Then another part, there is in the syllabus you can find there is a structural organization, right, structural organization of the all the cellular organelles. So structural part is not required, you just need to know the functional part, what the functions do, functions of cell organelles, because you won't get any direct questions on this, because this level of question is not so much easy. Okay, so you will not get any flat questions from this part. So, and after that you have to prepare the operon. Okay, there are different operons like lac operon, tryptophan operon, you have to prepare this part, and the structure of chromatin and chromosomes. So chromatin and chromosome, the difference is the only difference is the condensation part. When the chromatin is more condensed, it gives rise to chromosome. Okay, and heterochromatin, euchromatin, and transposons. So you need to prepare these topics. Okay, and then mitosis, meiosis, and cell cycle regulation. So I have already made 2 videos on cell cycle regulation, you can watch it, and it requires another video to complete this part, and after that you can directly solve the questions, okay, from CSIR net, what they have already asked previously. Okay, now let us move on to this part, that is a fundamental process. Here you can get right the DNA replication. Okay, so this unit, there is nothing to skip. Okay, frankly speaking, there is nothing to skip. If you skip, you will lose mark. So this part you have to prepare the whole unit. Okay, in-depth knowledge, this is required. Okay, and then RNA synthesis, processing, protein synthesis and processing, control of gene expression at transcriptional and translational level. So these are the subtopics. If you have syllabus, you can find that under this subtopic there are enzymes, what is the enzymes requirement, okay, everything like replication unit, fork, everything is included, means you need in-depth knowledge to answer these questions, and every time there are questions from this part, so you have to prepare this part very well to get a good marks. Now move on to this part, cell communication and cell signaling. So this is important part. This is a host parasite interaction where you just have to prepare the recognition and entry process of the different pathogens like bacteria or viruses into the animal or plant cells. Okay, and there are also other topics like pathogen induced diseases in animals and plants, so you have to prepare this part. And cell signaling part, it is important, cellular communication and cancer biology. So you will see that cell signaling, cellular communication and cancer biology, they don't ask a direct question from this, they intermix this part like cell signaling and cancer biology, they intermix and they ask question. Okay, they will ask the application based questions, then cellular communication. So nowadays they don't ask flat questions from this part, so you have to have knowledge of cell signaling, cancer biology together, then only you can answer the part. Now this is a little bit confusing, like immunology. So those who have already studied immunology, or you have better understanding of immunology, then you can prepare this part, because this is really very big unit. You need to invest much amount of time to prepare this topic, and if you just study at the superficial level, you won't be able to answer any of the questions. Okay, so those who have already studied immunology, they can prepare, or either you can just skip this part. Sorry. So moving on to this unit, this developmental biology, this is I would say a scoring unit. Okay, if you just prepare all these topics, you will get like every time there are 4 to 5 questions in part C. So you can directly get 16 to 20 marks. Okay, if you prepare this part, every time you will get questions from this chapter. So those students who have done masters in zoology, they have got some topics, and those who have done masters in embryology, they also know this topic. But rest of the students, you don't have to skip this part. If you prepare it, you will get whole marks. Okay, like 16 to 20 marks in part C. So this is a very good amount of mark, right? So you will get the basic concepts of development, where you get like potency, commitment, what is called commitment, what is called potency, specification, induction, competence. So many of the parts. So if you have your syllabus, you can just look it at. And after that, there is gametogenesis, fertilization, early development. Here you study the production of gametes and the fertilization events. Okay, so, and this is very interesting part. If you start preparing this topic, you will find interest studying this. And the morphogenesis and organogenesis animals, and morphogenesis and organogenesis in plants. So this is also very important and interesting part. And the rest part, there is a programmed cell death, aging, and senescence. So I would say that you don't have to skip any part. If you prepare this whole unit, you will get 20 to 22 marks, because in part B also you will get questions from this. So now let's talk about the plant physiology part. There is the photosynthesis. So this photosynthesis part, we have we are studying this photosynthesis from +2 itself. So we it doesn't matter we have done masters in botany, zoology, ecology, because these are the basic concept, the fundamental concept we already studied. So you just have to invest some amount of time, and you can get questions, because most of the times there are questions from photosynthesis, and even every time you will find questions from this part. And the respiration and photorespiration, this is also simple topic. Nitrogen metabolism. Okay, then plant hormones, sensory photobiology, solute transport and photoassimilate, translocation, secondary metabolites. So those who are from botany background, they are master of this topic. So the problem is that those who are from zoology background, or any other background, right? So what they need to prepare from this chapter. So you can just prepare photosynthesis. Okay, respiration, you can prepare nitrogen metabolism. Plant hormones, you can skip, because this is a very broad topic, because plant hormones basically known as the PGR, plant growth regulator, where you find different plant growth regulators like auxin, gibberellin, cytokinin, abscisic acid, right, ethylene, brasinosteroid, salicylic acid, jasmonic acid. So it will require huge amount of time to prepare and answer correctly in the examination. So you can skip this part. And sensory photobiology, this is not very hard topic, where you get the phytochrome, cryptochrome. These are the light absorbing pigment. Light, they phytochrome, they absorb the red light and far red light. So this is simple topic. Those who are also not from botany, they can prepare this part. And the solute transport and photoassimilate. Photoassimilate means the product of photosynthesis and their translocation. So this is also not very hard topic. You can just prepare it. And secondary metabolites. So this is also, I would not suggest to prepare those who are not from botany background. So ultimately you just have to prepare this part: photosynthesis, respiration and photorespiration, nitrogen metabolism. You can skip this part, sensory photobiology, and this part. So if you can prepare this part, you can get ultimately like 12 to 13 mark you will get for sure. Okay. Now let's move on to Okay, another point is that stress physiology. So stress physiology, those who are from botany background also, I would not suggest to prepare this topic, because this topic is very vast, and the questions are nowadays from experiments. So they directly ask questions from experiment based. So if you have specialization in stress physiology, then only you can prepare this topic, or either you can skip this part. Now let's talk about the animal physiology. So the first part is the blood circulation, okay, and the cardiovascular system, respiratory system, nervous system, excretory system, digestive system, endocrinology, and reproduction. So those who are from zoology background, they are happy now looking at this, because they knows, they are the master of this part. Now the problem is for botany and other branches of the biology, right? Those who have done masters in ecology, they have problem. So the most important part of this unit is the endocrinology and reproduction, because you will find every time there are questions from this part. Okay, and I am basically focusing on topics which are unbiased. That means you will get questions from every time there are questions. So those who are from not from zoology background, other background, you can prepare this part, endocrinology and reproduction, and the digestive system you can prepare. You can prepare excretory system. So these are the most important topic you must prepare, and you will get questions, and obviously you can answer this part. Cardiovascular system, this is also not very tough. You can prepare this part so that you can get 12 to 16 marks. Okay, and those who are from zoology background, obviously they will get full marks from this chapter. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, please help me by subscribing to my channel, like this video and share with your friends, so that they also start preparing for this exam.